Alright, welcome in everybody to BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm B3. We've got one case of 2026 Leaf Metal President's Day Multisport to get into. When we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, bmc.collectibles, and save us as a seller on eBay. And that'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks and let you know we go live and if you're live. Also mention no printer's essay, link down in the description. Box number one. Good luck, everybody. This is Grant, 2 of 15. Henry Thomas, 1 of 1. Riley Leonard, 1 of 1. And Peyton Manning, 1 of 1. Box 2. Calvin Coolidge, 1 of 8. Patrick Ewing, 1 of 1. Sarah Strong, 2 of 5. And Tim Tebow, 2 of 2. Box 3, William McKinley, 1 of 1. Byron Brown, 1 of 1. John Stockton, 2 of 3. And Miguel Cabrera, 3 of 4. Jimmy Carter, 8 of 15. Jose Cruz, 1 of 1. Steve Nash, 1 of 1. And Chris Webber, 1 of 1. Box 5. Lyndon B. Johnson, 1 of 2. Derek Baker, 1 of 1. Jeremy Renner, 1 of 1. And dual auto, Larry Bird and Jaylen Brown, 1 of 1. That'll be headed to random.org at the end of the break. Stay tuned for that if you have either of those two guys. Box number 6. H.W. Bush, 4 of 7. Larry Little, 1 of 1. Sean Green, 1 of 1. And Kate Beckinsale, 1 of 1. Box 7. Benjamin Harrison, 2 of 6. Brian Bosworth, 1 of 1. Ryan Day, 1 of 1. And Cameron Brink, 2 of 3. Box 8. Chester A. Arthur, 14/15. Demond Williams Jr., 1/1. Coco Beware, 1/1. And Nick Saban, 1/1. Box 9. George Washington, 3/6. Carlos Boozer, 1/1. Paul Molitor, 4/5. And Christopher Lloyd, 1/1. And final box of the break. Box number 10. Good luck, everybody. Grover Cleveland, 1/1. Hannah Hidalgo, 1/5. Steve Young, 1/1. And Lamine Yamal, 1/1. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here on a Monday morning. Hope your week has started off right. Go ahead and get a hit recap going real quick. Then we'll take care of our random. For the hits, Henry Thomas, Calvin Coolidge, Byron Brown, Chris Webber, Derek Baker, George H.W. Bush, Benjamin Harrison, Brian Bosworth, Cameron Brink, Chester A. Arthur, Demond Williams Jr., George Washington, Carlos Boozer, Christopher Lloyd, Grover Cleveland, and Hannah Hidalgo. Peyton Manning, Patrick Ewing, John Stockton, Miguel Cabrera, Jimmy Carter, Jose Cruz, Lyndon B. Johnson, Jeremy Renner, Larry Little, Kate Beckinsale, Coco Beware, Nick Saban, Paul Molitor, and Lamine Yamal. Riley Leonard, Ulysses S. Grant, Sarah Strong, Tim Tebow, William McKinley, Steve Nash, Sean Green, Ryan Day, and Steve Young. And headed to random.org, Larry Bird and Jaylen Brown. Alright, that is it for Multisport. We are on to 2025 Leaf Metal Football Jumbo here in a few minutes. Going to get that set up and good to go. But first, we're going to head to random.org and knock this thing out. Back to that in just a second. Alright, we've got random.org pulled up and good to go. Got to roll some dice. Gonna be theory high out for us. Gonna go 4 times on the random. Larry Bird and Jaylen Brown up. That is 3 times. Final roll. And it is Larry Bird with the win. Congratulations. Alright, we'll be back in just a few minutes with 2025 Elite Metal Football Jumbo. Alright, welcome in everybody to the BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm Beebs, and we've got one case of 2025 Elite Metal Football Jumbo to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, BMC.Collectibles, and save us as a seller on eBay. Other than that, I'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks, and let you know we're live to be live. Also mention no printers on safe, link down in the description. Box 1, 10 McMillan, press proof. Jordan James, out of 149. KC Conception, 41/49. Devon Dampierre, out of 149. Calvin Russell, 15/25. Brady Schmiegel, 2/7. Dylan Jones, 1/1. Rashid Amos, 1/3. Braylon Russell, 10 of 15. Urian Dickey, 2 of 3. Jordan Davison, 3 of 5. Jalen Lucas, 2 of 3. Demond Williams Jr., 1 of 1. And Ryan Williams, 1 of 2. Box number 2. Justice Haynes, press proof. Teddy Bruschi, 6 of 49. Woody Marks out of 149. Mark Gronowski out of 149. Marcel Reed, 33 of 49. JT Lindsay, 8 of 8. Devin Carter, 2 of 10. Caleb Jackson, 12 of 15. Caleb Johnson, 1 of 5. Derek Cooper, 1 of 1. Mark Gronowski, 3 of 3. Darian Coleman, 7 of 10. Calvin Russell, 7 of 7. And Tim McMillan, 2 of 10. Box of 3. Faison Brandon, press proof. Upright, Drew Brees, 3 of 10. Kurt Warner, 31 of 49. Phil Maffa, 33 of 49. Raheem Sanders, out of 149. Derek Zammett, 1 of 8. Nick Marsh, 2 of 4. TJ Moore, 3 of 5. Tommy Malott, 2 of 3. Trudez Green, 13 of 15. CJ Daniels, 2 of 10. Kyron Jones, 5 of 7. Tommy Castellanos, 13 of 15. And Bryce Underwood, 14 of 20. Box 4. Dylan Sampson, press proof. Blake Shapen, 34-49. Gunnar Stockton out of 149. Ryan Montgomery out of 149. Billy Edwards Jr., 3 of 5. Jalil Farouk, 7 of 7. Kyle Mananga, 7 of 8. Haas Haney, 3 of 3. Miller Moss, 14 of 15. Evans Vaboda, 4 of 12. Jamie French, printing plate, 1 of 1. Javion Thomas, 13 of 15. Brady Hart, 1 of 5. And Caleb Johnson, Nicholas Singleton, and Dylan Sampson, 1 of 5 triple auto. That'll be added to random.org to the breaks, so stay tuned for that if you have any of those 3 guys. Ethan Hampton, press proof. Ty Simpson, out of 149. James Simon, 22 of 25. Jared Curtis, out of 149. Jaden Daniels, out of 149. Woody Marks, 1 of 1. Peyton Thorne, 3 of 3. Caden Durham, 8 of 10. Ulysses Bentley IV, 2 of 15. TJ Lateef, 1 of 1. Jabari Brady, 1 of 4. Brady Cook, 1 of 1. Pretty play 1 of 1. Ryan Wingo. And Gunnar Stockton, 1 of 1. Box number 6. Press proof. Caden Dixon Wyatt. Rob Gronkowski, 25 of 49. Edgerrin James out of 149. Malachi Nelson, 17 of 49. Graham Mertz, 92 of 149. Jaden Baugh, 9 of 15. Daquan Felton, 1 of 5. CJ Tiller, 1 of 1. Josh Hoover, 2 of 15. Walker White, 5 of 15. Robert Lewis, 1 of 5. Luke McCaffrey, 2 of 4. Deuce Knight, 18 of 20. And Ryan Puglisi, Nate Frazier, 1 of 1 dual auto. That'll also be headed to random.org at the end of the break, so stay tuned for that if you have either of those 2 guys. Box 7. Brady Evans, press proof. Tamario Taylor, 15/25. Faison Brandon out of 149. Dan Marino, 1/1. Ryan Williams out of 149. Aaron Anderson, 6/7. Shrek Kahuna, 2/5. Mandy Maliava, 8/10. Taz Johnson, 11/15. Andre Reed, 1/2. Phil Maffa, 8/15. Xavier Restrepo, 3/10. Sam Levitt, 8/10. And Harlan Berry and JT Lindsay, dual auto, 1/4. And final box of the break, box number 8. Good luck, everybody. Rocket Sanders, press proof. Jackson Arnold out of 149. Dylan Gabriel out of 149. Byron Brown and Jalen Miller out of 149. Amarian Miller, 2/3. Lewis Bond, 5/5. Malik Washington, 1/1. Helmet Kasuga, 1/1. Andrew Marsh, 8/15. Achilles Smith Jr., 7/10. Celeste Moa, 8/10. Cam Coleman, 12/12. And Jeremiah Love, pedal to the metal, 10/10. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you all so much for being part of the break. As always, we'll go ahead and get a hit recap going here in just a second. And then we will take care of our 3 randoms. For the hits, Devon Dampierre, Calvin Russell, Brady Schmiegel, Dylan Jones, Braylon Russell, DeMond Williams Jr., Devin Carter, Derek Cooper, Darian Coleman, Calvin Russell, Drew Brees, Derek Zammett, CJ Daniels, Bryce Underwood, Blake Shapen, Gunnar Stockton, Billy Edwards Jr., Haas Haney, Evans Svoboda, Brady Hart, Caden Durham, Brady Cook, Gunnar Stockton, Edgerrin James, Graham Mertz, Daquan Felton, CJ Tiller, Deuce Knight, Faison Brandon, Dan Marino, Aaron Anderson, Andre Reed, Dylan Gabriel, Byron Brown, Helmet Kasuga, Andrew Marsh, Achilles Smith Jr., and Cam Coleman. Jordan James, KC Conception, Urian Dickey, Jordan Davison, Jalen Lucas, Mark Gronowski, Marcel Reed, JT Lindsay, Caleb Jackson, Caleb Johnson, Mark Gronowski, Kurt Warner, Phil Maffa, Nick Marsh, Kyron Drones, Jalil Farouk, Kyle Managi, Miller Moss, Jamie French, Javian Thomas, James Simon, Jared Curtis, Jaden Daniels, Peyton Thornton, Jabari Brady, Malachi Nelson, Jaden Baugh, Josh Hoover, Luke McCaffrey, Kamario Taylor, Matty Maliava, Phil Maffa, Jackson Arnold, Jalen Milroe, Amari Miller, Lewis Bond, Malik Washington, and Jeremiah Love. Rashad Amos, Ryan Williams, Teddy Bruschi, Woody Marks, Ted McMillan, Raheem Sanders, TJ Moore, Tommy Malott, Tredez Green, Tommy Castellanos, Ryan Montgomery, Ty Simpson, Woody Marks, Elizabeth IV, TJ Lateef, Ryan Wingo, Rob Gronkowski, Walker White, Robert Lewis, Ryan Williams, Trek Ekahuna, Tez Johnson, Xavier Restrepo, Sam Levitt, and Celeste Moa. For the press proofs, Ted McMillan, Justice Haynes, Faison Brandon, Dylan Sampson, Ethan Hampton, Caleb Dixon Wyatt, Brady Evans, and Raheem Sanders. And headed to random.org. Dual autos, Harlan Berry, JT Lindsay, Ron Puglisi, Nate Frazier, and triple auto, Caleb Johnson, Nicholas Singleton, and Dylan Sampson. All right, that is it for football. We are on to 2025 Leaf Lumber Baseball here in a few minutes. Going to get that set up and good to go. But first, we're going to head over to random.org and knock these three out. Back to that in just a second. All right, we've got random.org pulled up and good to go. Got to roll some dice. Go through your high to be valid for us. We're going to go 7 times on the randoms. Harlan Berry and JT Lindsay up first. That is 6 times. On a roll. Harlan Berry with the win. Congratulations. Ryan Puglisi and Nate Frazier. That is 6 times. On a roll. Nate Frazier with the win. Congratulations. And finally, Caleb Johnson, Nicholas Singleton, and Dylan Sampson. Final roll. Nicholas Singleton with the win. Congratulations. All right, we'll be back in just a few seconds with 2025 Leaf Lumber Baseball. Alright, welcome in everybody to BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm B, the deal guy. We'll want a case of 2025 Leaf Lumber Baseball to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, BMC.collectibles, and save us as a seller on eBay. That will make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks. And let you know when we go live and be live. Also, mention no purchase safe. Link down in the description. Box number 1. Good luck, everybody. Jason Giambi, 6-7. Bobby Abreu, 445. 6-25, Gary Carter, Keith Hernandez, Edgar Alfonso, Mike Piazza, Howard Johnson, Kevin McReynolds, Bobby Manila, and Roberto Alomar. And Edgar Martinez, 3-15. Box number 2, Eddie Murray, 9-20. Ken Caminiti, 20-20. Boom. Chris Chambliss, bat knob, 1/1. And Jay Bunner, 1/12. Box 3, Matt Kemp, 38/45. Keith Hernandez, 5/40. Dave Winfield, 1/5. And dual patch auto, Mike Piazza and Steve Garvey, 2/2. Jim Tomey, 11/12. Steve Garvey, 28/35. Rod Carew, Mike Schmidt, and Johnny Bench, 7/9. And Reggie Jackson, 4/25. Box 5. Jay Johnstone, 29/45. Pete Rose, 15/35. Darrell Evans, Dave Parker, Gary Carter, and Eddie Murray, 1/35. And Mike Schmidt, 3/4. Dave Concepcion, 3 of 4. Rondell White, 14 of 45. Cowherkin Jr., Brooks Robinson, Rafael Palmiero, Roberto Alomar, Eddie Murray, Adam Jones, Don Baylor, and Melvin Mora, 1 of 12. And Robin Yount, 27 of 35. Box 7. Bill Buckner, 5 of 45. Terry Pendleton, 10 of 20. Mickey Mantle, Brooks Robinson, Roberto Clemente, Orlando Cepeda, Carl Yastrzemski, and Willie McCovey, 1 of 15. And Wade Boggs, 16 of 25. Box 8. Dusty Baker, 25 of 40. Thurman Munson, 16 of 25. Gary Templeton, 27 of 35. And Edgar Martinez, David Ortiz, dual auto, 4-7. Box 9. Pie Trainer, 6 of 7. Dave Winfield, 2 of 4. Juan Gonzalez, 24-35. And today's lineup, 2 of 8. Ricky Henderson, Lou Whitaker, Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Bonds, Dave Parker, Mike Piazza, Eddie Murray, Cowherkin Jr., and Alex Rodriguez. And final box of the break. Box number 10. Good luck, everybody. Craig Biggio, 6 of 10. Mike Piazza, 6 of 6. 3 of 6, Kurt Gibson, Mike Marshall, Steve Sachs, Jose Canseco, Dave Parker, and Carney Lansford. And Darryl Strawberry, 5 of 15. And that will do it, everybody. Thank y'all so much for being part of the break. As always, do look forward to having y'all back in here sometime soon. Go ahead and get a hit recap going real quick. And then we will take care of our randoms, of which we have a nice handful of. For the hits, Edgar Martinez, Bobby Abreu, Chris Chambliss, 1 of 1. Dave Winfield, Dave Concepcion, Bill Buckner, Gary Templeton, Dusty Baker, Dave Winfield, Craig Biggio, and Daryl Strawberry. Jason Giambi, Jay Buhner, Ken Caminiti, Eddie Murray, Matt Kemp, Keith Hernandez, Jim Tomey, Mike Schmidt, Pete Rose, Jay Johnstone, Juan Gonzalez, Pie Trainer, and Mike Piazza. Steve Garvey, Reggie Jackson, Robin Yount, Rondell White, Wade Boggs, Terry Pendleton, and Thurman Munson. And headed to random.org. Edgar Martinez, David Ortiz, Mike Piazza, and Steve Garvey. Rod Carew, Mike Schmidt, Johnny Bench, Daryl Evans, Dave Parker, Gary Carter, Eddie Murray. Kirk Gibson, Mike Marshall, Steve Sachs, Jose Canseco, Dave Parker, and Carney Lansford. Mickey Mantle, Brooks Robinson, Roberto Clemente, Orlando Cepeda, Carl Yashemsky, and William McCovey. Cal Ripken Jr., Brooks Robinson, Rafael Palmiero, Roberto Alomar, Eddie Murray, Adam Jones, Don Baylor, Melvin Mora. Gary Carter, Keith Hernandez, Edgar Alfonso, Mike Piazza, Howard Johnson, Kevin McReynolds, Bobby Bonilla, and Roberto Alomar. And booklet for Ricky Henderson, Lou Whitaker, Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Bonds, Dave Parker, Mike Piazza, Eddie Murray, Cal Ripken Jr., and Alex Rodriguez. Alright, that's it for us for today. Thank y'all again. This has been BMC Collectibles Breaks. Look forward to having y'all back here sometime soon. And we'll catch y'all in the next one. For the rest of you, we're going to head over to random.org real quick and knock these guys out. We'll be back down in just a second. All right, we got random door pulled up and good to go. Go ahead and roll some dice. We're going to go 8 times on the random, starting off with Edgar Martinez and Big Papi Ortiz. Final roll. Edgar Martinez with the win. Congratulations. Steve Garvey, Mike Piazza. Final roll. Steve Garvey coming out on top. Rod Carew, Mike Schmidt, and Johnny Bench. Final roll. Mike Schmidt with the win. Congratulations. Daryl Evans, Dave Parker, Gary Carter, Eddie Murray. That's 7 times. Final roll. Eddie Murray with the win. Congratulations. Kirk Gibson, Mike Marshall, Steve Sachs, Jose Canseco, Dave Parker, Carney Lansford. Final roll. Mike Marshall with the win. Congratulations. Mickey Mantle, Brooks Robinson, Roberto Clemente, Orlando Cepeda, Carter Shemsky, William McCovey. That is 7 times. Final roll. Brooks Robinson with the win. Congratulations. Calvin Jr., Brooks Robinson, Rafael Palmeiro, Roberto Alomar, Eddie Murray, Adam Jones, Don Baylor, Melvin Mora. Final roll. Calvin Jr. with the win. Congratulations. Gary Carter, Keith Hernandez, Edgar Alfonso, Mike Piazza, Howard Johnson, Kevin McReynolds, Bobby Bonilla, and Roberto Alomar. That's 7 times. Final roll. Bobby Bonilla with the win. Congratulations. And finally, Ricky Henderson, Lou Whitaker, Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Bonds, Dave Parker, Mike Piazza, Eddie Murray, Calvin Jr., and Alex Rodriguez. Final roll. Ken Griffey Jr. with the win. Congratulations. Alright, that is it for us for today. Thank y'all again. This has been BMC Collectibles Breaks. Hope you have a great rest of your Monday and start to the week. And we'll catch y'all in the next one.